1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I played cards in England, I gambled in Spain, going back to Carolina, gonna play my last game. Jack of diamonds, I know you some more. You robbed my poor pockets of silver and gold. All right, let's take a quick look at Jack of Diamonds, also known as Drunkard's Hiccups, the rhythmic version, measure by measure. Now, the rhythmic version as compared to the melodic is pretty simple. The melodic version itself was not too complex, being a waltz, and not a very complex melody to the waltz. So when we break it down and back it up even further and play this rhythmic version, it's really it's like a basic primer and just playing rhythm chords with a few accompanying bass lines and connecting notes in there. So it should be, if you're partaking in the lesson pack series, and that's how you got to this video, you should be really well equipped to play this. It shouldn't be too much of a strain for you at all. That being said, I don't want you to skip it if you feel like you're too advanced for it, because there's nothing better for you for intermediate and advanced players than to go back and work on the fundamentals and focus on the foundational parts of your playing. So that won't hurt you at all, and might even give you a few ideas that you didn't have before. But keeping that in mind, I will kind of cruise through this measure by measure breakdown. I won't linger too long on too many parts. Here's measure 1. Measure 2. Measure 3. And measure 4. Look on line 2, measure number 1. It's the same as the previous measure. Takes us to measure number 2 on the second line. And now measure 3. Went a little farther. Let me try that again. And the fourth measure. That's the whole first part of the tune, the verse basically of the song. So now let's look at the second part of the tune. This is exploring the chorus of the song. Again, just a lot of basic, straightforward stuff, a lot of G and C chords. Nothing too crazy. Here's measure number 1, line 3. And measure number 2. Measure number 3. And measure 4. On to line 4, measure 1. Again, it's a repeat of the previous measure we just played. Measure 2 is also a familiar sight to you by now. Here's measure 3. Measure 4. Look at the final line on the first page of your tab, line number 5, and it's just a repeat of what we just played. So I'll play it for you one time through, nice and slowly. There's actually one variation in the third measure of the last line. We're actually starting that measure on an open 4th string, as opposed to the previous line, we started that measure on an open 2nd string. Again, I think this is going to be pretty easy for you. If you have any troubles, just send me an email at ryan@playbetterbanjo.com. I'll clear up any confusion you have. Here's the final line of that first page. Let me try that again. I think I missed a note on there. There we go. We'll go on to the second page, first line, first measure. And let's look at the second measure. Third measure. And fourth.